So this is a copy of the Algebra 1 Regents exam that was given on June 4th in 2024. One of the questions on the exam was actually a short answer question, and it was question number 26, and it was an evaluating an expression question. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to be evaluating this expression. Now they've titled the expression g of x. This is basically giving the expression a name and making it into a function. And they're telling us to evaluate this function at g of -3. So this piece is very important. They're actually telling us what the variable is equal to. Up here, it was g of x. Well, now they've replaced the letter x with the number -3. So by doing this, they're actually telling us that x is equal to -3. So when we evaluate, everywhere we see the letter x, and there's a bunch of them, we have x to the third, we have 2x squared, and we have minus x, we're going to replace x with the number -3. So when I'm evaluating, I have g of -3. Now again, everywhere I see the letter x, I'm replacing the x with the -3. When I do this though, especially because I have exponents and I have minus signs, it's really important that I always keep that -3 in parentheses. So let me show you what I mean. So my first term was x to the third. Instead of putting x to the third, I'm going to put -3 to the third. The -3 is in parentheses, and the exponent is going to stay on the outside. The next term I have is plus 2x squared. So I have plus 2. But again, instead of putting the variable x, I'm going to put parentheses, and I'm going to replace the variable x with the number -3. Close the parentheses, and I'm going to put the exponent on the outside. Okay, the last term I have is minus x, so I'm going to put minus, and in parentheses, where the x used to be, I'm going to put -3. This is the correct way to substitute. Without all of these parentheses, if I excluded these parentheses and I typed it in my calculator, I would actually get the incorrect answer. So make sure when you're substituting -3 in for the variable x, you put that -3 in a set of parentheses. Now that I've done this, I can simply type the second half right here. I can put all of this directly into my calculator exactly the way it's written and get the correct answer. Now, because this was on the Regents, this work is required for full credit, but now I can use my calculator to finish the rest. So let's see, I have my calculator right here. Okay, I have in parentheses, now again, I'm not putting g of -3 equals into my calculator. The only part that I'm putting in my calculator is the second half where I did all of the substitution. So I'm starting with the parenthesis, -3, close the parenthesis, and now I'm going to put to the power 3. Now I have plus 2 times in the set of parentheses, -3, close up that set of parentheses, and I'm going to square that. Last, I have minus in parentheses, negative. Now this is the negative button. I'm not going to use the minus. -3, close that up, and it's equal to -6. So to write my answer, I'm going to say g of -3 is equal to -6. And this is my final answer. I've evaluated the expression, and I found g of -3 to be equal to -6.